Another day, another story. 17 journaling tips for beginners and how to start. Here are my top journaling tips and the life-changing benefits of writing. Sometimes I write how to posts and the tips really work in my daily life. Then a few weeks later my good habits fall apart. I get distracted and I deal with depression and anxiety like many others. It's not a hobby for when you're feeling great or have the luxury of time. It's a habit you develop that you actually need most when you're feeling anxious, hurried, or just not in the mood. And you don't have to beat ourselves up whenever you fall short of writing daily. Journaling can also be a check-in tool. There are seasons in your life when you feel balanced and motivated, and you've got your priorities straight. But the value of journaling comes through when you stick with it despite the ups and downs. My advice is to experiment and find your own way, even if it goes against the typical journaling tips online. Here are my top journaling tips. 1. You don't have to keep a paper journal. The usual advice is to write on paper because writing in cursive forces you to slow down and relieve stress. And though I still love writing a rough draft for a story on paper, I sometimes get on my laptop for everyday journaling. 2. You don't have to write first thing in the morning. There's been a lot of talk lately about morning pages, the practice of filling 3 sheets of A4 paper each morning with your stream of consciousness thoughts when your mind is still fresh. Except my mind needs 2 cups of coffee before it wakes up, and even longer to formulate a decent thought. 3. Get some accountability. There's something very motivating about being in a group of like-minded people pursuing the same goal, even if you don't consider yourself competitive. Google some online writing communities or just find a few like-minded friends to support each other on WhatsApp. Get accountability. It's a powerful tool. Whether that's a writer's group in real life, a challenge online, or an app to keep track of your writing progress. 4. Start small and keep your expectations realistic. Do you imagine yourself with a beautiful moleskin, a Mona Lisa smile on your face as you fill up pages and pages of insightful prose that your grandchildren will treasure? That's not going to happen. It's key whenever you're building a new habit to keep your expectations realistic. 5. If you've got writer's block, write about gratitude. Writing about gratitude will lift your spirits and get your thoughts flowing again on the days you're tired or filled with self-doubt. This positive energy is downright invigorating. 6. Try a new environment. A different setting gets my senses going and inspires thoughts. There's no right time and place for journaling, it's about finding whatever works for you. 7. Schedule your journaling into your day. Otherwise you might never make the time for it, and journaling whenever you're in the mood and inspired is bound to fail. Journaling lifts you when you're not feeling in the mood, and that means sometimes you just have to get on with it even when you're feeling uninspired. 8. Track your journaling habit. We humans love to make a chain of habits, and we hate to see it break. I use a habit tracking app to mark off each day when I've journaled, even if it was just for 5 minutes. 9. Use different journaling techniques. Keep your journaling interesting and spicy by using different journaling techniques. It doesn't have to be the same old every day. If you're feeling overwhelmed at work, brainstorm some solutions to problems you're facing and make a streamlined to-do list that puts your real priorities at the top. 10. Make your journal personal and messy. Does the thought of writing in a spiral-bound notebook bring back memories of dull work meetings that should have been emails? Or maybe a beautiful notebook seems like a shame to fill with your illegible cursive? Your journal should feel like it's yours and it should fit your personality. 11. Keep a journal handy in your bag. When you're stuck on the bus in traffic, just pull out your journal and jot down your thoughts or vent your anxieties. An additional journal kept in your bag is useful whenever you're in a waiting room, a traffic jam, or any situation with time on your hands. A journal can also be a great substitute for smartphone scrolling. 12. Make journaling a pleasure. Journaling should be a pleasure and a treat, not a chore you knock off your daily list. Invest in a fountain pen to make your writing flow like silk. Expecting the journaling process to be impossibly Hugo will only disappoint when reality hits. 13. Analyze what isn't working. Identify your goals and then look back at your journal to evaluate if you achieved what you wanted. Do you feel bored and dread those 15 minutes of writing, or do you look forward to it? Be mindful of your emotions and how journaling is making you feel. Do you feel energized at the end of a journaling session, or just relieved that it's over? If journaling is not working for you and bringing you results, then it won't be easy to maintain your daily journaling habit. 14. Use your journal for stress management. Journaling has been called the most effective form of therapy, and it's absolutely free, too. Whenever you're feeling frazzled, overwhelmed, or just anxious, there's nothing like pouring your frustrations out into a journal for some catharsis. 15. Write for your eyes only. Journaling is wonderful therapy, but it's difficult to write honestly unless your journal is absolutely private. When you write in hope, or fear, that others will read your words, it becomes harder to write truthfully and express your real emotions. You won't write for self-awareness but to impress others or to prove a point. 16. Keep a list of journaling prompts for speechless days. Writing about a variety of topics and prompts keeps your journaling fresh and interesting. Keep a list of journaling prompts ready to go in your notebook or in a Word doc for the days you're at a loss for words. 17. Don't wallow or self-blame. Journaling can be anything from a fun hobby to a form of meaningful therapy. But you won't get much benefit if you only wallow in problems or constantly blame yourself. It's great to release those pent-up emotions in a journal, and it's helpful to have a rant. But eventually you'll want to brainstorm about solutions or jot down some things you're grateful for. If your journaling gets dark and stays there, chances are it won't help you grow. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.